Having too many service options to choose from on your website creates friction, and friction means people don't buy. Hi, I'm Paige from theimpactcopywriter.com, and today I want to talk to you about how having too many service options can actually overwhelm your leads and increase the chances that they don't work with you. Now, years ago, there was a famous marketing study that studied how the amount of choices of something or options available impacted buying behavior. And they set up two different booths selling jams. One booth had, I think, 6 jams, something around 6, and the other had over 20. And the results were that the booth with 6 jams sold more than the one with 20. And the researchers concluded that having less things to choose from actually increased decisions to buy. Recently, I had a client who experienced something similar. He had gotten feedback from his clients that there were way too many services to choose from and they didn't know what to choose. So there was a lot of confusion and a lot of friction with going forward with his services. So it's kind of like looking at a really large menu. Have you ever been to a restaurant and the menu was just massive, like a big trifold menu, just covered on all sides with options, like over 50 plates to choose from? That is completely overwhelming. You're looking at it and you're like, unless you know something that you want, you're like, what do I order? And maybe the server comes to you and like, are you ready to order? No, I need a few more minutes. No, I need a few more minutes. No, I need a few more minutes. Actually, it's worse because your clients often don't know what they need. At least with a menu, you actually know what the foods are and you have a basis for making a decision. But with your clients, maybe it's like reading a menu in a foreign language, which actually happened to me when I was in France. Me and my hubby had to actually let the server recommend us what to order because we had no basis for deciding. And that's what it's like when your clients look at your menu of services when it's completely overwhelming. It's like reading it in a foreign language. The good news is it's actually really easy to fix. There are 2 main strategies I recommend for kind of de-overwhelming your clients by trimming down your services, or at least the way you communicate your services. So strategy number 1 is to make the first decision to interact with you, to talk to you, to get involved with your business, is make it just a yes or no, and that's by offering one single service. Now, I recommend offering consults. That's really popular in professional services. People who sell professional services, you can do short, free consults. You can do longer paid consults. You can even sell, which is strategy number 2, a productized service or a package like a discovery or road mapping session, or another package that's really popular that you already have proof that sells really well. Now, if you go with the productized service or the package strategy, try to keep it to 3 or less. Again, because just having packages doesn't matter if you have too many packages. So 3 or less. You'll see a lot of SaaS companies, they have the 3 tiers for different usage levels. So there's a reason for that. So I would say keep it 3, 2, or 1. That doesn't mean you can't sell more on the back end, but that means on the front end, the things that the customer sees are really simple and not at all overwhelming. Now, with this client that I mentioned earlier, we actually decided to go with a version of the first strategy, which is the consults. And we set up kind of a small campaign to do the paid consults. It actually was really successful. We had I think it was over a 900% increase in weekly paid consults from just the one campaign. So it overwhelmed their calendar and their team. Overall, it was really successful in bringing in not only leads, but also paid consults. So every hour invested by the sales team was actually paid for. Now let me show you this simple 3-step consulting agency and coaching funnel that you can use to replicate the success in your business. So this is how it works. The goal is to take someone from not knowing who you are to identifying the right prospects and getting them to book some time on your calendar. Whether that's a free, shorter consult or a paid consult. For more advanced companies, you can even test out using the packages and the productized services. But if you're just starting out and you don't have kind of that proof to know whether your productized services are kind of top-notch already, the package and everything, then I recommend starting with the consults. So it's driven by ads, so you can get traffic around the clock 24/7. The next step is to identify the right leads with a strategic lead magnet that's tightly related to your services and your solution in your business. So not just any old lead magnet will do. So you may have to develop a new lead magnet for this funnel. The next step is upgraded thank you page, which there's a certain elements that you need to use on that thank you page in order to build trust and confidence quickly, and then lead them to the next step, which is to book some time on your calendar or to pay for a consult and then book some time on your calendar. Yes, this funnel can be automated from beginning to end. And once someone books a consult with you, then you can start following up. Your team can start following up by hand, doing some of the manual work, but you can automate this funnel. The other good thing is that you can turn it on when you need it. So when you have openings for new clients and the capacity to take on new work, and you can turn it off when you don't. So if you're at full capacity, you're overbooked, that's great. You do not have to keep running this funnel until you're ready to use it again. So if you know you're going to have an opening in the next month or so, or even, tomorrow or the next week, knowing a little bit in advance is better. I would recommend, say, a month in advance to start running that funnel so you can start getting people on your calendar, because you're probably not going to take everyone who books a consult. You're going to want the ones who are the best fit. So, but you can turn it on when you need it and off when you don't. Now, are you ready to 2, 3, or even 10x the amount of qualified prospects, interested prospects that schedule consults on your calendar? You should head on over to theimpactcopywriter.com and find out how to get started.